What up, YouTube? It's your boy Hokage Kazi back with another Fortnite video. Today we're going over the 7.01 patch notes. I am late on uploading the video, recording it because I don't get off work until way after the patch notes are already out. But I am going to make this a weekly part of the channel. Whenever the patch notes come out, I'm going to go over them because I think they're super important to go over and read. It gives you a pretty good advantage over a lot of the players playing Fortnite because a lot of people don't read them. There's a lot that do, but then there's also a lot that don't. So with that, we're going to jump right into it. This is, again, the 7.01 patch notes. Ready your sword. New sword coming to the game. A mythic melee weapon that deals big damage and destroys structures. Look for it at Polar Peaks. It's going to be a hot spot on the map this week. Everybody's going to be going for this thing. Then you got Ralphie's Revenge coming back to save the world. I actually wasn't playing Save the World when this come out, so it's pretty much completely new to me. But if you watch my channel, you know I do both Battle Royale and Save the World. Alright, with this one, creative mode. Let your imagination go wild with Fortnite Creative. Islands available for all players, not just the people that purchase the Battle Pass. All players as of December 13th. General. Players are no longer brought to the Battle Royale lobby when clicking Creative in the Game Mode select screen. Alright, it's going to start off with Battle Royale. We got a limited time mode, Close Encounters. It's going to be all shotguns and jetpacks. The only weapons in this mode are shotgun variants. Jetpacks and heavy shotguns can be found in chests and supply drops. Other shotgun variants spawn as floor loot. The storm moves more quickly than normal at mid to late game. Typical matches last about 15 minutes. Stats are enabled for this mode, so if you get a victory royale, it's going to count towards your stats, which is cool. Weapons and items. We got the Infinity Blade. Now this thing is a beast, and it's going to be super fun. It's a mythic melee weapon found at Polar Peaks. Again, it's going to be a hot spot. The primary fire delivers a powerful sword slash. It deals big damage to enemies and destroys structures in one blow. 75 damage to players. 3 swings, that's an elimination if they got full shield and full life. The alternate fire does a leap move destroying objects in its path, and it delivers damage and knock up to players for 25 damage. The wielder of the sword is also granted additional abilities, hence the name Infinity Blade. An increased pool of max health. Shields and health are now 200 and 200, so that's 400 total health. Regeneration of effect health over time up to a max health and shield 1 HP per second. So you're going to be constantly gaining 1 HP, and I imagine that rolls over into your shields if you're at full health every second that you're holding this blade. An instant burst of affected health upon elimination of an enemy. So you kill somebody, you get 50 HP right off the bat. You get increased movement speed of 130%. The first player to pull the Infinity Blade from its pedestal will be instantly healed to full health and full shields. So if you're the first one to get it, you're maxed out on health and shields. If a player picks up the Infinity Blade, all other inventory items aside from building materials will be dropped. So no guns, no grenades, no shockwaves, no shields. None of that. You're just carrying the Infinity Blade, which is still going to be pretty dope. The Infinity Blade will be dropped when the wielder is knocked out or eliminated. Only 1 Infinity Blade will appear per match, so there's only one of these things. Now this one I read earlier, and this is good to know because, alright, it's the X4 Stormwing. When a plane is shot down, the driver and all passengers will now take 25 damage from the explosion, whereas before, you're flying around, you're shooting people, people shoot you, blow your plane up, you just glide down, go back to building and shooting at them or whatever. You still have your health that you had when you were in the plane. Now you're taking a 25%, not percent, but a 25 HP damage from the explosion. So you should probably jump out of your plane when it's going to blow. Otherwise, you're hitting the ground at a disadvantage, 25 less health than you had before. There's some bug fixes. Speculative fix for moving after being eliminated. That's been happening to me a lot this week. You shoot a player, they're still running at you. You fire a couple more shots thinking they're not dead even though it said they were eliminated, so that's good. Fix players being ejected from vehicles if they've lost the icy feet effect. Alright, now this is going to be the meat of this update. There's a lot of stuff that's been updated in the creative part. like this is the majority of what this whole update is about. They fixed a lot of stuff, so it's also still in the early releases, so there's still going to be a lot of bugs for them to work out. They've worked out a bunch in this update, but there's going to be a lot more. So now we got a fifth island. It's going to be the exact block that appears where Risky Reels used to be. So when you create, you're creating on that exact block, so you know exactly how much, how wide, how long, what you're going to put there if you're trying to get it featured in the game. And then they're adding featured islands. Added 4 featured island rifts. Featured islands will be changed over time as we feature the community's creations. Featured maps can be played. The rules are set by the creator. Also use the featured rifts to enter codes for other creators. Island code system. So this is all brand new. It's a code system. Uses codes to load creations that have been shared with the island code system. Initially, only a limited number of players in the supported creator program will have access to this feature. Over time, we will expand the number of players that can publish islands as we polish this feature. So they're still working on it. It's got a lot of fixing up to do, but it's a start. All right, to use a code, go to a feature rift and select enter code, and then follow the instructions. Post your creation to Reddit, YouTube, Twitch, or any other social media channels. We may reach out and provide you with the ability to publish your creation. That'd be pretty cool. Getting an old email from Epic. Now, bug fixes, and there's a lot in the creative mode. So, and they fixed a lot too. So that's really cool because I've had a lot of fun in that creative mode. I got a video on a finished product that I've made called Kill Factory. If you scroll down on my page a little bit, you can find it. I'm still super new to video editing and uploading and all this stuff. I'm learning as I go. So I'm not quite sure how to put it in the description yet, but I will figure it out. The channel is also in progress. Alright, so they fixed an issue where respawning on Creative Hub could cause the player to leave the island, fixed various problems with island rifts not functioning correctly, fixed island rifts not showing the correct island name and player count in some cases, fixed an issue that prevented player inventory from being reset when returning to Creative Hub, fixed players appearing to fall through the ground and replays when teleporting between islands, fixed bug where the same friend servers could appear multiple times in the Creative Server select. That happened to me a lot. Fix an issue that prevented players from placing building tiles on a certain island. Fix an issue where players would not be able to spawn on your island when building tiles or props when building tiles or props were in the way. So you were placing something people couldn't spawn in because you had something in the way. Alright, now into the prefabs. I got 6 new Lucky Landing prefabs. Obstacle course has been rearranged. The obstacle course gallery was split into 4 separate gallery prefabs: floors, walls, roofs, stairs, and parts. New props were added to the parts gallery, and go check it out. I will be doing that, and I'll upload a video on that as well within the next day or so. Indestructible gallery. This is what I wanted for my Kill Factory when I made it, was my actual houses and floors and ramps and stuff not to be able to be destroyed. That wasn't the case. If you watch the video, stuff got blown to pieces, but it was still super fun. Alright, this gallery contains props that cannot be destroyed by weapons. New indestructible props and building tiles were added to the gallery prefab. It's cool. I'll definitely be taking advantage of that. A few other prefabs were updated with new building tiles and props. Devices. New item spawner. Drop any item on this device to have it spawn one time at a time during games. New player checkpoint plate. Run across these checkpoints during a game, and the next time you die, you'll respawn there. Player spawn device can now be customized to spawn only players on a specific team number. The team number is displayed on the plate except when the game is in progress. That's pretty cool, so you can't just spawn kill your opponent's team, and they can't spawn kill you as well, more importantly. Player spawn devices can now be set to be an island start instead of a start game. This can be used to set where players arrive when they visit your island when not in play mode, which is cool because I've had people spawn into my island and start shooting me while I was trying to build. And it was really quite annoying. So now at least I know where they'll be at when they come in. Excuse me. Alright, bug fixes. Fixed an issue where multiple devices able to be placed on top of one another. Fixed damaged rails being able to be placed on top of themselves. Fixed vehicles not being removed when their vehicle spawner is deleted. Fixed a problem that could cause devices to malfunction after being saved and loaded. Fixed certain devices becoming indestructible after loading your island on a new server. Gameplay. New settings in My Island menu. Starting health can now be set to invincible. This prevents players from taking damage on your island. That's while you're building, people spawning in and trying to kill you. Building damage in game. This can be disabled to prevent island structures from being damaged in game. That's pretty cool. Again, it's like the indestructible except for stuff you've already built, I'm assuming. I haven't tested it yet. Has no effect on structures built by players during the game. So it doesn't affect, say I have the prefab factory. I've set those stuff to indestructible where the walls can't be blown apart and stuff, but we get in a build fight. I can still shoot your ramp out. You can still shoot my ramp out. And that stuff still takes effect. When stopping a game, players are now returned to where they were before the game started. Bug fixes. Player inventory is now reset when a game is started and also after it finishes. Fixed games being called mini-games in the UI in some places. Fixed eliminated players respawning on the same spawn pad in some cases. Fixed the down but not out game setting not functioning correctly. Fixed players not being able to damage structures in-game after editing privileges were revoked by the island's owner. Fixed a bug where disabling falling damage would not be remembered when loading your island. That's pretty cool. Creative tools plus phone. Added collision option. Collision can now be turned on and off when moving props. Toggle collision using V, hold on the desktop, or D left pad, hold on the controller. I'm on PS4. When collision is off, props can be freely moved through any other object but not under terrain. So you can put a car through a car, half into it and half out of it, and it make like a plus sign of cars or buses or whatever. That's pretty cool. Grid snap. Snap now uses better settings for each individual prop. This allows props to align better to the Fortnite world grid. Renamed help text for certain actions to be more clear. Pickup is now cut, while holding something copy is now paste. Your phone settings are now remembered as you move between islands, respawn, or play games on islands. Vehicles can no longer be deleted while players are using them. Added some additional sound effects when toggling options on the phone. And then the bugs that they fixed on this. Fixed props and building tiles being able to be placed outside of the island's savable area. Fixed props sometimes not placing exactly where the hologram preview shows it will when the drop option is enabled. Fixed an issue where grid snaps where props would not actually align to the grid when placing them down quickly. Fixed various problems when interacting with mirrored building tiles. Fixed some issues with placement of props being denied unexpectedly. Fixed an issue where props could vanish after you picked them up. Fixed some props that were not able to be moved using the phone. Fixed hologram animations not playing on certain props when you pick them up. Fly. You can now switch to fly when your glider is deployed by double tapping the jump button. Holding down the jump button will now consistently fly upwards even on a keyboard. Cool. Improved fly animations, especially when using items or interacting. That's decent because like it just kind of looked weird you being completely stationary, just zipping around. Excuse me. The bugs they fixed on this is fixed bouncers being destroyed when flying on top of them. Fixed certain devices not affecting respawn players who were eliminated while flying. Teams. Players will now be on the same team and voice channel when entering a server. Players who join a session in progress will now always be added to Team 1. Players are now spread evenly between available team spawns when possible. Players on the same team will now see team identifiers during a game. Removed redundant team spawn pads option. The bugs they fixed in this is fixed players not all starting on the same team when first entering an island. Fixed players not being on correct teams when starting a game. Fixed players being able to switch teams while in the middle of a game. And fixed players not being able to switch to specific teams in some cases. Weapons plus items. They just fixed some bugs here. Fixed not being able to stack Porta-Fortress grenades in creative. The UI plus social. Added a new tutorial pop-up to inform users about changing island permissions when another player joins the session. Players can no longer join your session in progress when your party is set to private. Bug fixes. That was happening to me too when I was trying to build my first little island. I had it on private because like people kept spawning in and building stuff crazy. I revoked their privileges. They started shooting me. So I left everything, went back in private. I still had people coming in. So I really like that when you're just trying to work on your island. Bug fixes. Fix wrong creative server being selected in some cases when choosing a server using a controller. Interacting with chests and supply llamas now takes the intended amount of time. Fix the creative inventory not being displayed while skydiving or gliding. Fix the wrong number of players showing next to names in the friends list. Fix friends servers showing on creative servers select after they become empty. Fix various issues with friend status and creative and player counts. Fix being able to access creative inventory when in the creative hub in certain cases. Fix various problems with in-game tutorial pop-ups. Performance. Improve the load times of island content when first starting a server. To improve server performance, the maximum number of vehicle spawners on an island has been limited to 32. So only 32 vehicle spawners. I'm assuming that's planes, quads, golf carts. You can only have 32 of those things, not 32 of each. Reduce memory usage when switching between islands on the same server. Improve performance of particle system with large numbers of place traps. Mobile. I don't play on mobile, but added a new button that toggles collision on the phone. Added new states to some creative buttons to make their actions more clear. And they fixed the memory use bar being covered up by other mobile UI. Now on to Save the World, which I'll be uploading videos on this week too, because I play a lot of Save the World. Super fun. If you haven't played it, you should really try it. It's a blast. Mission Plus systems, bug fixes. Storm Shield defenses no longer grant reduced primary rewards if the 80% health bonus objective is failed. Weapons Plus items. Like I said earlier, the main pop-up, Ralphie's Revenge, is returning and will be available in the weekly store. Accurate and slow-firing air rifle that has a massive headshot bonus. Remember to always wear your eye protection. Available from December 12th at 7 p.m. until December 19th, 7 p.m. Eastern. So like I said, the meat of this patch update was definitely the creative mode, because Save the World was literally 2 sections. Battle Royale was just telling you about the Infinite Blade, mostly, and the new game mode. And let's not forget about the X4 Stormwing. You get shot down while you're in it, you're taking 25 damage if it blows up on you or your teammates. So I'm looking forward to getting back into the creative mode and checking out how all these bug fixes and updates affect it, what's working better now, what's not working better now, etc. And that's it for the patch notes. I'll be doing this every week, so tune in whenever the next patch notes comes out. It's usually Tuesday or Wednesday. And yeah, Hokage Kazi out. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't. Hit the bell for post notifications. And appreciate you coming on this learning Fortnite ride with me.